That's awesome.
This is not awesome, by the way. Happy holidays from Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review 12 Deaths of Christmas, aka Mother Krampus. The naughty list just got deadly.
Written and directed by James Klass, starring Claire Maria Fox and Faye Goodwin, 12 Deaths of Christmas is about a small town whose children start disappearing and a witch who goes on a murder spree. What do we like about this movie, guys?
I actually enjoyed the story of this film. I liked the mystery aspect behind it because there was a lot that we were uncertain with, and they did actually reveal it in the end, which is nice, and I liked how it all wrapped up.
The production value was excellent in this movie. Everything was shot well. Everything looked nice. And we even had some decent gore effects and special effects, which was excellent because I didn't expect it from this film.
Yeah, I was actually surprised because the premise of this film was a witch kidnapping and killing children, so you wouldn't go thinking that there was going to be a lot of deaths. But we did actually see some on-screen kills.
I have to commend the actors. I think they did an admirable job. It wasn't overacted. It wasn't unbelievable. I think it was actually much better than I thought it was going to be.
This is one of those movies that people are going to be thrown off when they see the cover because the cover looks like some garbage distribution company didn't even watch the movie and decided to make a cover so it looks like some kind of slasher movie with some weird-ass Krampus. It's not really a Krampus story. It is a witch story that happens around Christmas. So don't be fooled into thinking this is one of those Krampus the Reckoning knockoffs because that's exactly what the poster suggests. How does it appear to look like a knockoff of a Krampus movie that is a knockoff? That's so weird.
Even though I was disappointed in the look of the witch, I still felt she was creepy. And the way that they shot her, they did a good job to give you that eerie atmosphere and that eerie look, because there's a lot of times where she's creeping in the distance, and when they go to one shot and then cut back, she's constantly getting closer, and they're not showing her face a lot. When you do see it, it kind of throws it off, but with the veil over top, she does have a creepy look to her.
What didn't we like about this movie?
I'd like to start with kind of a counter to John's I thought the witch, well, he said that he didn't like the look of her. I also didn't like the look of her, but I didn't think that she was creepy because you could see her when she was trying to creep in the background. I was never surprised when there was a witch behind anyone, and that was one of the things that they were trying to do for almost every scare in this movie, and you saw them all coming. But the witch's makeup looks dumb. She just looks like the gatekeeper.
There was nothing interesting about the effect they were going for. It was just kind of let's make her dirty. They did develop a mystery. I don't know if it was very well done. I think that it kind of, at the beginning when they started raising questions, it was a little frustrating to me. It's just why are you bringing this up? Even though they answered, I think, all of them, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was too much of a mystery until the very end, where it's just oh, there's all these questions, but I don't care about them.
Yeah, one of those mysteries, I think, is the missing kids. You see this witch take kids, but you don't know what happens to them. We only see her kill adults, and we don't see her kill kids. If you know the story of Krampus, then you know that throw a kid in a bag, go kill him. But even saying that, I don't think this was really a Krampus story.
One of the main problems with this movie is that whatever marketing it had, the poster and the title, was misleading. Your expectations are way off. If you wanted to see Mother Krampus, which I guess is Krampus's wife.
Also into the business of sacking kids.
They definitely dropped the ball in marketing this both ways, because this is not anything to do with Mother Krampus, and it really doesn't showcase 12 deaths of Christmas.
Yeah, it's a loose 12.
It almost all takes place within a matter of 2 days.
Yeah, Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day. She can only act until Christmas Day is over, which was just thrown out there. There was no real reason for it.
I think that the same can be said for a lot of the lore that they were trying to do. You'd have a character putting sticks in the windows as if that's going to repel the witch. The witch drew the number 12 in blood on the window. However, there's nothing to suggest that she's been doing this for the past 12 days.
When you do a good myth or folklore, set up some rules. Let us understand what's going on.
Is there a witch hierarchy Did the witch pass on her soul to another witch, to like one of the kids that she took? Why are there witches?
Very good question.
Those are questions you don't get answers to.
There was some good mysteries, but then there's a lot of things that they didn't, I don't think, thought through. And I think going the Krampus route or the 12 Deaths of Christmas really cornered them to either develop some sort of 12 Days of Christmas type movie or a Krampus type movie. And instead, we got a witch movie. It's time for our final thoughts and ratings. The more I think about this movie, the less I enjoy it. At times, I think it dragged a little. It didn't hold my attention as much because I don't think I cared about as much of the characters as I should have. The mystery, I think, was poorly developed, even though it was wrapped up well. There was some cool deaths, but I just think it may have been misplaced as a Christmas movie, and it's definitely not what they wanted us to believe it would be. So I'm gonna give this 2 Christmas lightsabers out of 5.
This movie was kind of run-of-the-mill for me because I was watching it and I was interested in what was going on, but I didn't really care about the characters. And so any time that they would get into like deep conversation about the mysteries or the relationships or what has happened in the past, it was just kind of boring. The witch was kind of cool, but she didn't look scary, and I think that the way that she was framed and shot kind of took away all the scares that they tried to give us. And so everything you can see coming from a mile away. The movie is shot well and it does have some like decent practical effects, but I mean those are so few and far between that it's not worth watching just for those moments. So I'm gonna give this 1.5 sweet trails out of 5.
I think this film is going to suffer most from its marketing campaign because there's 2 titles in the works and the poster art really deceives what you're actually getting into. And I haven't even seen the trailer, so I could only imagine how deceptive that's going to be because this film isn't what it appears to be. There is some things I did enjoy. I enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the mystery behind it, and I like the fact that we actually had resolutions to these mysteries. Because a lot of times when they leave you hanging, you're more frustrated by the end of the film than you are actually enjoying it. But this film also lacks in its character development and how everything is executed. I didn't mind the witch too much, but she didn't look creepy enough. And I think if they showed less of her face, there would have been more mystery to that and it would have made it more eerie. And it could have happened any time of the year, but they were really just playing off the idea that the witch takes kids on Christmas. So with that being said, I'm going to give this film 1.5 ginger skin men out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. If you haven't and you do want to check it out, there are links in the description where you can find it. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything Bloodbath and beyond. I have to cut these things off. I hate them.
No.